Good morning, Bumblebees, and happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's okay and doing really well. Working really, really hard and sending lots of work to me, which is brilliant to see. So, today we're going to carry on with our adventures on Mud Puddle Farm, and our objective today is to collect words to describe the farm. So we're going to have a think about farms in general and what farms are like in general, and then we're going to see if we can collect some words to describe Mud Puddle Farm and do some descriptive writing around it. So have a think of a general farm. What words could we come up with that we could use to describe just any farm? It wouldn't matter which farm we were at, whether it was Mud Puddle Farm or not. What would we find? So we might find
So when we're thinking of descriptions for a farm, it doesn't have to be a mud puddle farm, it could be any farm that you've visited. These are some of the descriptions that I would think of. So we might find that as we're walking around the farm, we find that there are some strong, nasty smells, and that could be coming from the farm animals or just the farm in general. So it could be strong smells that make you think, yeah, I'm definitely at the farm. There could be moss-covered stone walls. So the moss has crept over the stone walls that separate the fields and keep the animals in their own areas. I'm picturing a dusty track that leads towards the farm, that the farm track, the animals and the tractors and the cars all drive up and down. There might be the buzzing of bees if they've got a beehive. There might be broken wooden fences that we've got in between each of the fields or each of the paddocks or between the barn and the stables or anything like that. There might be tall green leafed trees dotted around the farm on the fields. We might find some spiky wooden gates to keep the animals in. We might have a black and white friendly sheepdog, or as he's called in Mud Puddle Farm, the almost sensible sheepdog, Jigger. And then we might have a red-faced, sweaty farmer who's driving an old, rusty blue tractor. There's just a handful of ideas. There are plenty more, or you might even have come up with some more yourself using lots of different adjectives to describe the farm. And as I said, you don't have to just do Mud Puddle Farm. You can think of any farm that you have ever been to and use those to help you to describe.
we are going to be describing Mud Puddle Farm. And I've already got two sentences, and then you're going to help me with the third one. So, at Mud Puddle Farm, the animals live in a tumbled down red brick barn at the end of a dusty stone covered farm track. So, let's have a look for those adjectives that we've been looking at today. So, we've got at Mud Puddle Farm, the animals live in a tumbled down red brick barn. Now, tumbled down, red, and brick describe the barn. They're all adjectives to describe the barn where the animals live. And the barn is at the end of a dusty, stone covered farm track. So all of those words are adjectives to describe the track. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got a picture of the tumbled down barn at the end of this dusty farm track in my mind. I can actually picture it and I can actually see the description that I have used there. So let's just do a sentence check. So we've got a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence. We've got capital letters for mud puddle and farm because they are nouns. And then we have got a full stop at the end of our sentence as well. So just double check your writing features as you go on.
Here's
to
another
write.
sentence for you to have a look at. So the green fields were covered in long, thick grass, and around the edges, the old stone walls had started to crumble. So again, we've got green, because that is an adjective to describe the fields. We've got long, thick, which describe the grass. So there are our adjectives to describe the grass. And then we've got old stone walls to describe it. And then I've underlined the word crumble, because although crumble isn't an adjective, it's actually a verb, because that's what the walls had started to do. They'd started to fall down and crumble. It's still a really good word and a very precise verb that we can use to describe exactly what is happening to those walls. We've not just said they started to fall down, we've used a really precise word there. So just to have a sentence check. So we have got a capital letter at the beginning of our sentence and we've got a full stop at the end. We haven't got any other full stops or capital letters in there because we haven't used any precise nouns. So the final sentence that I've got for you to look at is here. So we've got Farmer Rafferty. The owner of the farm is very red-faced and sweaty whilst he is driving his old rusty blue tractor. So we've got Farmer and Rafferty that have needed capital letters along with a full stop at the end of our sentence there. And then the adjectives that we have used here, we've got red-faced and sweaty to describe Farmer Rafferty. He's obviously very busy dashing around the farm looking after his animals and his old rusty blue tractor, again to describe the tractor. So have a think. We'll go back to our description here of Mud Puddle Farm. So your job now is to do exactly what I've just done and use some of these descriptions along with the other ideas that are on the website to write your own paragraph to describe Mud Puddle Farm. So a paragraph is a group of sentences that we have put together to describe that farm. Use those adjectives to make the farm and the description really, really good, so that if somebody was reading it, they'd think, wow, this farm sounds amazing because of the description that the author has used. So have some fun, use some really good adjectives to describe that farm and send them over to me so we can see how you've described that farm and the work that you've completed. Have fun, everyone.